And what was the final? Oh, I guess one more bit. There, I did some weathering, some masking with that, and see how that blue doesn't apply as doesn't go on as smoothly or as evenly as it seems like the gold looks like that. So the gold and the silver seem to go on well, but the blue is a little bit thinner. And oh, okay. So here, these parts here, that's just the Gundam marker right on those on these panel lines here. That's just Gundam marker, and that's pretty much it. And just it was a silver base, and I just spit a little bit of black on there, and that's all paint marker right there. Finally, this gold piping that went around. I was going to try to do it with the Gundam marker, and I don't know if you can see it that well there if I don't move. This gold and this gold are not the same color. This was marker, and this is actually gold paint. So I ended up airbrushing all of this in gold, so I can get the back side also and the top. And if I were gonna do that with the Gundam marker, it would have taken me maybe a lot longer, or maybe the application would be kind of, I don't know how it would apply. So I went ahead and did it that way. And I gave them some purple headlights there, because to match the nacelles there. So it's flying, pew, pew, and then when it's reversing, it goes like that. Pretty much it. Just a little bit of stuff. So that was it. I had fun with this. It's my... It's the USS Robotadventures. It's his spaceship. So when Robotadventures wants to go around flying in space, he can jump into his little ship there and go fly in space. So he shrinks down really small, and then he gets into the spaceship. You see what happens? Alright, so that's that. What else? Oh, I guess I'll open it up a little bit and show you how it looks inside. Alright, so the thing I like about the Millennium Falcon, and it makes it really fun to customize, is that you can just pop it off and pop off the top shell, and it doesn't break anything. So I've popped this thing on and off so many times, and you can see in there, that's where I applied some of the silver paint, which is kind of, and look at all this, that's kind of nice molding detail there underneath there. And yeah, so it looks kind of good. Sprayed that just to make sure it was covered. A lot of the inside I sprayed, because the lip, this black lip here, I ended up spraying all around like this. Yeah. Just like that, to make sure the lip was covered. So that was the base coat. That base coat, just like that, was the same color. So you can see that color versus how it turned out there. So that was the base, and then I applied the powder, and it kind of changed it to, it's kind of shiny, a little bit different. I don't know where you'll find that powder. So you can see how that's black, and that's not so black, right? that's that. Oh, yeah, and the nacelles there. So I went purple on there, and then what I did was I did painted this yellow and red part black, and then I went on top of it lightly with like a speckling of silver, just a little speckling, and then on top of that I went on it with a clear coat. A clear coat of yellow and a clear coat of clear yellow, clear red. So when you look at the red and the yellow, you can see it's kind of like shiny or speckly. But yeah, it's not a speckly gold yellow. It's actually just clear yellow on top of speckly silver. So it kind of looks like that. Speckly. You can see how plain those parts right there are. Oh, pop these out here. So this is just this bit here. So one part I did silver, and then I just painted. Take it apart. Yeah, so one part I just did like that. I just took the marker and just kind of I painted it silver, and then on top of it I went with the Gundam paint marker and just covered what I could reach. I didn't get down into the indentations of. I wish I could get an autofocus. Oh, there we go. So kind of made it like that. And the top part is just the same, just one coat of silver. It's not really all that interesting. But when you stick them together, you get something that looks kind of like that, and it's layered, and so it kind of looks a little bit cooler, I think. Oh shit. Which leads me to the next one. So I took the silver, the gold, that's gold, Ruben, right? And I just painted the piece gold, just held it by that one little peg there, and just went over it with airbrush back and forth, front and back, and then just applied it to the little piece right there where it goes. And alright, so this is another one of those pieces. So it's just silver on the outside, and then I went, it's like, actually did silver, the whole thing was silver. Then I put a wash in there, then I touched it with the gold, and then I covered it back up with just the top, which is also another, just a silver piece. And so that got all stuck together there. And then that gets put into its pontoon. You just drop the, and each one is different, so you really can't screw it up. And just throw that in there, and then put the top back on, and you're pretty much done. So if you wanted to customize that a little bit more, like, it'd be easy to do. And you just have these parts just easily, I mean, you want to take a little bit of care, but it's not too hard to take them off and work on them and then put them back together, and then, so now it's back on there. So it's yeah, it's really, it's $50, I guess. I don't know how much you're gonna pay to import it. It's fun to paint, and you can play with, and it's versatile. If you fuck up, you can clean it up and try again. It's not too complicated a model. Oh! But looky here. I've already screwed up something. You can see the plastic base right there where I've been touching it too much and rubbed off the paint. So I can probably just go over that, pop the shell off, go over that with a little bit of black again and touch it up and good to go. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it. That was my painted Millennium Falcon. I like painting, but it took me a while and I really couldn't settle on what I wanted to do with it. I just like experimenting with the different techniques. I thought that was fun, and yeah, so I made that. I still got the Y-wing to build, and I think the Y-wing is going to be very similar to the Millennium Falcon in how all this molding and stuff gets touched up. So I'll just paint it all black and then start touching it with markers and stuff like that. So it should be pretty easy. And maybe fun to build. The other one, the First Order TIE Fighter, it's just going to be another TIE Fighter. So maybe I'll paint it like pink or something. Might be good. Alright guys, let me know what you think. Please, if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them, but I'm not a super paint man. I don't know where you're going to get the actual items that I have. The techniques that I used for some of these things are, I guess, described in many different places. So you can just ask around if you want to get into models, if you want to paint something up, but just get into it. It can be a little bit pricey, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it took me, I don't know, a couple of weeks. When did I make the Millennium Falcon? I don't remember. When did I start painting it? I don't know. And just a little bit of, when I can every day, and, well, not every day, but when I can. Some prices on the markers. I think these here in Japan are about $1.70 or something. The paint itself, like one thing of paint, one bottle of paint here, is about maybe $1.50 or $2 or something. How much paint did it take me to paint this thing? So way less. So I had one bottle of black, which I used. I didn't even finish the bottle. It's just so little paint required. But I used some black, and then I used a spray can of silver, some gold that I already had in a bottle, so I just reused that. I still have a shitload left. The red, I also had the red and the yellow. I've had, I've got bottles and bottles of this shit. So it's not really like I bought anything new. Well, I did buy the marker. That was new, that blue gold one. So I spent on new paint $1.50 maybe. A lot of the stuff I've had, I just reused some of the old stuff. That's why I have so many of these spare jars and stuff like that. I do buy these because I'll and what will happen is I use a little bit, and I'll have a little bit of this type of black and a little bit of this other type of black, like a semi-gloss black and a flat black and all these different types of blacks, which are nice for what I'm doing, but then I'm like, I got all these little tiny bits of black. What I'll do is I'll just end up throwing them all together and add some silver or something. And then make, it's I don't know what kind of black that is. It was just a black that I threw on there, and then I just started painting. So I couldn't tell you exactly what I did, but that's just something you. I mean, once you have so much shit, you just be throwing shit together. It's like, oh, what color red is that, Reuven? What color red is that? Well, I used let's see, what metallic red here, and I used metallic red and this red, which I don't even know what kind of red that was. So could have been character red or scarlet or something. I just threw them together and that's what I got. I would warn against mixing different types of paint. Maybe that's not good to go. Like an acrylic with a water base, maybe you get some funky result or something like that. But I was mixing just acrylic with acrylic, so I guess it was all right. And yeah, I label the bottles. So like this AC black is this accretion black. So might be, if you're gonna get into the painting and stuff, you might want to start labeling stuff. This is just regular acrylic red. So the color, I don't know, whatever color that is. And the aqueous stuff, I also label that. So, but anyway, and it smells different. You can, when you open it up, you can smell it. Don't smell paint. It's not good to smell paint, but if you do it, then you can smell it. All right, guys, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about as far as painting and my Millennium Falcon. So much more to talk about with 2016 Donald Trump, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Check out a bunch of other people. Wakanda Man, and he's a friend of mine from Australia. He does a lot of painting stuff, so please check out his stuff. A bunch of some other guys, just look it up. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Come by, bye bye.